Hi everybody, I'm Jill Woodward. I'm a registered dietitian and Treo's corporate wellness specialist, and you are in my kitchen. Today we are going to be making a dressed up cornbread. Now it's fall here in Wisconsin and we tend to like our fall meals like chilies and soups, and so cornbread is sometimes an amazing addition to those recipes. You can also doctor these up to add extra protein and fiber, which is what we're gonna do today. So I have cornmeal here. You can make this recipe 2 days. You can obviously do it from scratch with flour and cornmeal and baking powder and all of those ingredients, or you can buy a pre-mixed cornbread in a box, which I tend to do to make things simple, and go ahead and just put that in your bowl. So our dressing it up today is going to be with some additional corn and some cheddar cheese. So this is going to be a cheddar cheese cornbread, which will be an amazing addition to chili that we are actually going to be making in another video. So I have my cornbread mix in here, and I bought 2 of those small boxes and added it to my bowl. This couldn't be any simpler. So all you need is a whisk, a mixing spoon, 2 eggs, 2/3 cup of milk, a cup of cheddar cheese, and a cup of corn, and that's it. So I'm just gonna start mixing these ingredients right in my bowl. So I'm gonna mix that up a little bit, and I will kind of pre-mix my eggs, make it a little easier on myself when I add it in, and go ahead and add those right to the middle. Perfect. Now, to make this a little more dressy, we're actually gonna be baking this cornbread in a cast iron pan. And that's gonna do a couple of things. One, it's gonna take it from that traditional sort of muffin cornbread recipe that you're used to having and make it more of a bread option. So I think sometimes people call them Johnny cakes. So it'll be a little bit more like that, which is great. And it'll hold the additional ingredients better than if you tried to make this in some muffin cups. Now you definitely can, but you don't need to. Okay, so I'm just gonna mix those things together, and then I'm gonna add in my corn, 1/2 cup. You can use fresh corn on the cob if you have it, just cut off, or you can use canned corn. If you're using canned vegetables, sometimes those do have a lot of additional sodium. So one great way to overcome that is to just rinse it ahead of time before you use it. So I have some canned corn here, and I just went ahead and rinsed that. So I'm just slowly incorporating this in. Now with cornbread, you don't want to over mix. You don't really need to. I'm just doing it kind of slowly, and I'm gonna shake this guy out. It's a little clumpy in there, which is no problem. You kind of need that for your cornbread. Get that out of there. Awesome. Okay. And then that's what your spoon is for too. So you can kind of just fold in your cheese and your corn into your cornbread mixture. Now, the other secret to baking in a cast iron pan with cornbread is to make sure you have a greased bottom. So I actually heated up a cast iron pan with about a tablespoon of butter, and I'm going to use that here. So I have that small bit of butter, and I rolled it around inside the pan to make sure that it's greased on all the sides. And you might even want to tilt it up a little bit so you can get the edges of your pan as well. So I have that nice and greased right down here. And then I'm just gonna add my mixture right to it, and then it will be ready for the oven. You wanna bake this in your oven at about 425 degrees for roughly 16 to 20 minutes. It's not a long bake, which is great. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, just a quick short bake in your oven. I'm just gonna put this around, make it a little more flat. And there you have it. Now, if you have a little extra cheese, and I didn't save any today, but you can sprinkle a little extra cheese on top and make it really tasty and get that caramelization on top too. So there you have it. We're gonna go ahead and put this in the oven, and we'll have some dressed up cheddar cornbread for other seasonal recipes. So enjoy.